The Vortex Nexus. Eli stared at the readings from his experiment, realizing he had accidentally opened a rift in space-time. The swirling vortex shimmered with strange energy, revealing glimpses of unfamiliar worlds. As Eli approached the rift, he felt a pull, and before he knew it, he was falling through. He tumbled through the void, landing in a parallel universe where everything looked eerily similar. The streets were familiar, but the sky above was a deep crimson, unsettling Eli. He explored the strange city and soon encountered an alternate version of himself, Nia. Nia had been tracking the rift for years and knew its dangers far better than Eli did. "The universes are converging," Nia said, her voice calm but filled with urgency. Eli felt the weight of her words sink in, realizing the catastrophic implications. Nia led him to her lab, which was filled with advanced technology far beyond Eli's world. Together, they began investigating the rift's expanding influence on the multiverse. They discovered that each universe had a subtle but critical flaw, and the rift was magnifying these weaknesses. Eli realized they needed to stabilize the rift before it consumed all realities. As they worked, another figure appeared, a man named Voss, cloaked in shadow. Voss claimed to have mastered the rift and offered to help, but his intentions were unclear. Eli didn't trust him, and Nia confirmed that Voss had been manipulating the rift for his own gain. Voss wanted to merge the universes, creating a singular reality under his control. Eli and Nia knew they had to stop him before the rift grew too unstable. They dove deeper into their research, unraveling the complex mathematics of space-time. Nia showed Eli a model of the multiverse, revealing the intricate connections between the worlds. Each universe had a counterpart, and disrupting one could have disastrous effects on the others. Eli marveled at the beauty and danger of the interconnected realities. Meanwhile, Voss grew more powerful, using the rift to manipulate entire worlds. He began collapsing weaker universes, forcing their energy into the rift to expand it. Eli and Nia scrambled to find a solution, knowing they had little time left. They built a device to temporarily stabilize the rift, but it wasn't enough to stop Voss. The device would buy them time, but they needed a permanent fix to save the multiverse. Eli realized that they would need to work with other versions of themselves from parallel worlds. Nia and Eli began traveling through the rift, recruiting their counterparts from alternate realities. Each version of Eli and Nia had unique skills and knowledge to contribute to the plan. They met ageless from worlds where technology had advanced beyond imagination and worlds that had fallen into chaos. Together, they forged a plan to counter Voss and permanently stabilize the multiverse. But Voss wasn't going to let them succeed without a fight, and he began attacking their allies. In one universe, an alternate Nia was nearly killed by Voss's energy manipulations. Eli felt the weight of each universe they visited, knowing the balance was hanging by a thread. As they gathered the final pieces of the plan, Voss confronted them directly. "You can't stop the convergence," he sneered, summoning the power of the collapsing universes. Eli and Nia stood firm, knowing that their plan was the only way to restore balance. The final battle was waged in a realm beyond reality, where the laws of physics no longer applied. Energy crackled between them as Voss unleashed the power of the rift, warping space-time around them. Eli activated the device, sending a shockwave through the multiverse, momentarily disrupting the rift. Nia coordinated with the other versions of themselves, each activating their universe's stabilizer. Together, they created a chain reaction that spread across the multiverse, sealing the rift. Voss screamed in frustration as the energy slipped from his control, collapsing in on him. The rift stabilized, and the universes began to return to their natural states. Eli felt a sense of peace as he watched the vortex shrink and finally vanish. Nia smiled at him, knowing their work had saved countless worlds from destruction. Eli and Nia returned to their respective universes, but their connection remained strong. Though the rift was sealed, Eli couldn't help but wonder about the other realities out there. He had seen worlds of unimaginable beauty and terror, each with its own story to tell. The experience had changed him, giving him a new understanding of the multiverse's complexity. Nia left Eli with a device to monitor for any signs of instability, just in case. As Eli walked away, he knew his journey through the multiverse was far from over. He glanced at the sky, wondering if the rift might one day reopen, and what he would find if it did. For now, the multiverse was safe, but Eli would never stop exploring the mysteries of spacetime. The convergence had been averted, but the echoes of the rift still lingered in his mind. Eli returned to his lab, determined to continue studying the forces that connected the worlds. As he set his equipment up, he smiled, knowing that the multiverse was far more wondrous than he had ever imagined. The adventure was over, but Eli's curiosity was just beginning, and the multiverse was vast, waiting to be explored.